With the news update on WHTC Howland's Cool FM, I'm Gary Stevens. A 25-year-old Grand Haven man and his 20-month-old daughter were hospitalized after his electric dirt bike collided with a work truck last evening. No names were disclosed by the Ottawa County Sheriff's Office following the incident, which occurred around 6 p.m. off of Mercury Drive near 148th Avenue. The man was eastbound on a bike path with the child riding along when was struck by the truck, which was leaving a business parking lot attempting to get onto the roadway nearby. Both vehicles were apparently traveling at low speeds. The unhelmeted man was seriously injured, while the toddler had minor ailments. A 28-year-old West Olive man driving the truck was unhurt. The incident remains under investigation. Opening week of classes for schools along the lakeshore continues. Students in Howland and West Ottawa Public Schools, as well as Eagle Crest and Vanderbilt Charter Academies and Calvary Schools of Howland, are in classrooms for the first time in academic 2027 today. It follows the lead of Fenville, Hamilton, and Saugatuck Public Schools, along with Howland Christian Schools and Black River Public School, all of which started over the past 8 days. It's time for students to get used to new surroundings and for teachers to be alert about this transition period. According to Howland School Superintendent Nick Cassidy,
we don't need to push forward in academics right away. What you need to do is focus on getting to know your kids and building relationships. And our teachers are great at identifying the kids who need that extra support and then working with them and their families to make sure that it's in place.
Students in Zeeland Public Schools head for the classroom for the first time next Wednesday. As classes for academic 2027 are for the most part underway along the lakeshore, motoring safety becomes more important. School commutes are more complex than ever, according to Adrian Woodland with AAA of Michigan.
Drivers aren't just watching for students on foot and children getting on and off of school buses. They're also sharing the road with e-bike and e-scooter riders. And when you combine that with distracted driving and speeding, the consequences can be devastating.
Law enforcement entities may have extra patrols during the hours before and after classes in order to enforce laws concerning school buses, crosswalks, and other student-related transportation issues. A judge is ordering Acrisure Amphitheater to follow the Grand Rapids noise ordinance after several months of public debate about the levels of noise from concerts downtown. People have been complaining about being able to hear the sound of bass for several miles, and those who live close to the amphitheater, such as Hal Fruit, whose apartment is just a half-mile away, is considering moving because the concert schedule determines when he would be able to sleep. Now, Fruit has lived there for 25 years and joined 3 other people in suing Acrisure Amphitheater to turn down the volume. The Grand Rapids noise ordinance says that 10 o'clock things need to quiet down. Acrisure has an 11 p.m. shutdown time. The amphitheater officials have not responded to the litigation. The first arrest of a suspect in a deadly shooting that happened on July 11th in Kalamazoo has been made.
Kalamazoo Public Safety arrested 30-year-old Art Kelly Anderson Tuesday on an outstanding murder warrant. Bond for him yesterday was denied when he was charged with open murder. Anderson is accused of the death of 21-year-old Vontavian Jackson. He died at a hospital after he was shot on Westridge Avenue near North Street. Kalamazoo authorities say they do expect to make additional arrests in the case. I'm Michael Arning.
The fallout of Monday's rejection by the State Board of Canvassers of a proposal for the November 3rd general election ballot continues. Yesterday, the State House approved the creation of a select committee to look into how that panel, along with the State Bureau of Elections, reviewed petitions submitted by the group Americans for Citizen Voting. The proposal would require photo identification to vote, along with proof of citizenship to register. The Elections Bureau took a 1,000-signature sample of more than 700,000 submitted and ruled that 626 of those were valid. That's 5 less than the minimum needed for ballot placement. Canvassers refused to consider 5 affidavits from those whose signatures had been rejected, claiming that the affidavits were not submitted in time. State House Speaker Matt Hall of Richland said that a 7-member panel will look into all of this.
Whenever a Republican-affiliated group submits something on the ballot, it takes months and months and months to review it, and then they always figure out a way to disqualify it. If it's a Democrat group, they review it much quicker, and they always find a way to approve it, even if it's suspect.
Among the 5 Republicans on the Select Committee is House Speaker Pro Tem Rochelle Smith of Shelbyville. There has been no word thus far on how the state of Michigan will use $171 million from a settlement with Meta Platforms Incorporated to resolve claims Facebook and Instagram were designed to addict children.
Meta will pay $16.68 billion overall to settle the case. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel says the historic settlement holds Meta accountable and puts critical, first-of-its-kind safeguards in place to protect Michigan children. Those safeguards include nighttime access blocks, removing public accounts, and requiring daily screen breaks. I'm Michael Arney.
An energy expert testified before a State House committee yesterday, saying Michigan needs a two-way electrical grid in place as soon as possible. Ed Rivette, executive director of the Michigan Conservative Energy Forum, says the state also needs to shift the profit incentive for utilities away from capital investment and into being performance-based.
Right now, the utilities are rewarded if they build stuff. We need to change that to reward the utilities if they supply the best price product at the best price and the best service. Give them that reward.
Consumers Energy and DTE Energy are Michigan's largest electrical providers. Michigan is being ranked as the least hard-working state in the country in 2026, according to a new Wallet Hub report, which ranked how hard each state works based on factors such as average work week hours, the number of workers with multiple jobs, and average day. Michigan was dead. Hardest working state in Alaska. The high school football season along the lake shore and across the state begins this evening. At 6:40 p.m. here, the Godwin Heights versus Holland game with Craig Chandler from Ray and Sue Smith Stadium on WHTC Holland's Cool FM, or the Galesburg Augusta at Saugatuck contest from Jarvis Memorial Field with Jim McKinney on the Lakeshore's 92.7 The Van. Other matchups include West Ottawa at Grand Ledge, Zeeland East at Oak Ridge, St. John's at Hamilton, and an 8-man play, Baldwin at Fenville. Freddie Peralta and two Tampa Bay relievers teamed on a 2-hit, 6-strikeout shutout as the visiting Rays liked the Tigers yesterday 3-0.
I had everything working well today. I was, in some point earlier in the game, I fell behind, but my fast was so good that they still a little late, and that showed me that it gave me more confidence earlier because of that, and then I put everything together, and Liam did a great job behind the plate, like calling the pitches, the right pitches, and I think that it was awesome from the first pitch to the last one.
Idle tonight, Detroit hosts the Los Angeles Dodgers at Comerica Park tomorrow evening, with broadcast time at 6:15 p.m. on WHTC Holland's Cool FM. Eduardo Rodriguez and two Arizona relievers teamed on a 2-hit, 10-strikeout shutout as Troy Lavello's Diamondbacks blanked the visiting Cubs yesterday 2-0.
I was very close to his career as a 2019, 21-year-old, but he was in and out and growing and learning. The past couple years here, he's been battling injuries. We've seen him get on some month-long runs, but this has been extremely consistent. And this is the run that you look for. You get on that wave and you want to ride it, and I think we're all on the board with him. We're enjoying it and getting it done together.
Idle tonight, Chicago entertains the Cincinnati Reds at Wrigley Field tomorrow afternoon. Brenton Doyle homered and drove in 4 runs as the White Sox beat the visiting Texas Rangers last night 10-4. Idle this evening, Chicago takes on the Minnesota Twins in Minneapolis tomorrow night. Andrew Williamson's 2-run homer capped a 4-run Peoria 8th inning as the visiting Chiefs downed the West Michigan Whitecaps last night 5-4. The series at LMCU Ballpark in Comstock Park continues this evening. Get the latest news anytime at WHTC.com.